What is up? It is Astro Monk 86 back with another Danganronpa video for you guys. This is part 10 and we are going to investigate. Sorry about that. We are going to investigate the murder of Angie in this chapter 3 here we have. So hope you guys are feeling good today. And we've got a good show planned for you guys. So let's see what evidence was left behind in this murder scene. I think I'm going to start with the body, because that's always the best place to start. Especially, you know, because that's where the actual murder was committed, so.
What's wrong?
Are you going to take a closer look? Yes, I was planning to.
Got a minute?
Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Yeah, I just want to do one thing before I continue. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She is the ultimate assassin. Now, didn't I say this sword was going to come into play? I knew this sword, so I already have a suspect in mind. I'm not going to say who I'm thinking, but I already have a suspect in mind. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her forehead. The killing blow was a single stab to the back of the neck, a sneak attack most likely. Then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind. But her two wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack? But her two wounds are substantially different. Oh, sorry. I suppose that would be unnecessary. Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. What is going on with these two wounds? Forehead injury has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Huh? What's wrong, Maki?
Got a minute?
Move. Maki pushed me aside and lifted Angie's body up by the shoulder.
Is this...
What's this doing crumpled up underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Look, there are hairs stuck to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. I'm surprised you spotted this, Maki. It was hidden under her body.
So what?
It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did.
Okay.
Ah, well, that's true. Well, even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. So don't beat yourself up over it.
Okay.
Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Maki. Huh? Do you want to die?
Sorry.
Sorry. Joking. I couldn't resist.
Got a minute?
You don't need to apologize. I was joking too. That didn't sound like a joke though. Hanging wax doll? Let's check these out. The 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling. If I remember correctly, Angie made all of these wax figures.
Hey,
Is this rope from the warehouse?
You're right.
I believe so, and that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten these ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that can be used for murder. Anyway, I know that these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out.
that's true.
The effigies look exactly like real people, not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented. By the way, why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? I'm not sure.
What is it?
If it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out of their way to hang a wax effigy? Right. If they're going to do this work, there must be some reason for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? Effigies hung upside down has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Akana stabbed into Kaede's wax effigy.
Damn it.
Who did this and why?
Got a minute?
Let me see. Maki nudged me aside and gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy. Ah, wait. This is a crime scene. You can't.
What is it?
You wanted to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out.
Because
Yes, true. But we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this?
It's a real katana, but there's gold leaf on it.
okay.
Yeah, I believe it's the one that was on the display in the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Is that so?
Okay.
We could probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the bloodstains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab. But why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon?
That's true.
Good question. They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon.
Could it be?
Perhaps it's because Kyo's lab is on the same floor. They just grabbed something close by. They may have been in a hurry.
Well,
Or maybe they needed a long weapon like this. A long weapon?
okay.
My lab doesn't contain swords or any other weapons of this length. Ah, really?
That's true.
I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used the sword since, which is fine because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all of this? Anyway, the gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now.
Okay.
It must be pretty old for the gold leaf to flake off that easily.
Got a minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to wash them later. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaede's effigy.
Hey,
I'm going to put the katana back where we found it. It's too hard to watch. Look away.
Okay.
Ah, thank you. I averted my gaze and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy.
by the way,
Even so, why was a weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy? No less. Was it part of the ritual? Or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Besides, I'm certain there are better ways to hide the murder weapon than this.
what are you talking about?
And what's the reason for this?
That's
I honestly have no idea. We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue there.
okay.
The ultimate anthropologist lab? Yes, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. Gold leaf katana has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Alright, so let's check out this book on the floor. Danganronpa. Ah, this book. The instructions for the resurrection ritual are written in the Necronomicon. By performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one deceased victim. This was the motive, the Necronomicon.
Hey,
Angie tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right?
Okay.
Yes. If we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. The Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then, close your eyes and wait after a while. You should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual.
this is stupid.
Angie really believed in this crap? It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. Necronomicon has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. So let me see here. Should I check each individual body? See, the 4 effigies are hung with rope from the ceiling's exposed beams. These wax figures are definitely the same ones Angie made, but why are they hung up? Is this also part of the resurrection ritual, or is there another purpose? It would take a lot of work to hang all these up. That implies there was a reason behind it. But what is that reason, and who did it? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? Oh yeah, I checked their body already. Let's check this back door. This door is the lab's back door. This door has a sliding lock, and it's still locked.
That's true.
And because no one has used this door since we came in here, I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since. Oh, wait, what's this? Look, there's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. That's from the katana. Gold and shiny? Could it be...
Is that alright?
Maki, you might see it for a minute. I want to try moving the sliding lock.
So what?
You want to unlock it? Alright, go ahead. Do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open. Click.
Okay.
Just as I suspected, this lock will slide without much effort. Click. Whether you lock it or unlock it, this could be an important clue. Art Lab's back door. Good.
Well,
I'm curious about this rear door too, but there's something else that bothers me. The lock on the front door that we used to enter this room. Shouldn't we investigate the front door too? I'm going to take a closer look at it. Maki walked over to the front door. First, let me just take these guys' accounts.
Why?
A murder at nighttime is strange, impossible even.
Why?
Why do you think that?
Right.
Cause student council made rule that we no can be outside during nighttime. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
ew.
Do you really think everyone would go along with that rule?
But
But it Ato's rule. Anji say he punish us if we not follow his rules. But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? That would certainly point to Tenko. She did betray the student council after all. It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but since only student council members would have been let in here. So Angie only let in student council members? That would be Ganta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Of that group, Tenko was certainly the most suspicious. Tsumugi's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. This busty, brainy beauty has this all figured out. Huh? You mean you know who the culprit is?
What was that?
The culprit? Fuck that!
Hey,
Shuichi, do we really have time to be listening to her?
wait!
Hey, wait! Wait, goddammit, are you just gonna ignore my genius idea?
What?
Just listen to me, okay? Come on, listen to me. Listen!
okay.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this.
You know,
I know y'all are dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird these wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose?
Well then.
But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions.
Could it be?
Diversions?
Listen up.
Yep. The culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something.
Got a minute?
What do you mean by that?
What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Homo's job? Sherlock Homo, really? You're a waste of time. Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her.
What was that?
Huh? The hell's her problem? She on the rag or something? So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know? Let's just see how detailed these really are. Hey. Miu tried to look up the wax figure skirt. What are you doing? Stop that. What? I just wanted to see if this doll was wearing panties. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now? Alright, so I'm going to restart the stream. Sorry for this, but right now it keeps saying that my video output is low and the stream is buffering. I can actually see it buffering, so I want to fix. Yeah, for some reason it's still, the output is still low, so it's probably my internet quality, so it's not receiving enough video. That's strange. It's very strange. Really sorry about this, guys. Let me try to just sort this out. Give me one moment. Alright, so just sorted itself out. I think we should be good now. Yeah, we are everything straight. Cool. Awesome. Alright guys, thank you for bearing with me. I just needed to fix that because I did not like the fact that the quality was janky like that and I had to constantly keep buffering the video, so cool. Alright, so wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now?
Fucking virgin.
If you like wax dolls so much, then go fuck the doll already. I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Miyu is a waste of time.
Hey.
I just want to confirm something. When we got this lab, you're sure that the front door was locked?
Okay.
Yes, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. Click, 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 click. It really is locked.
I knew it.
The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Click, click, click. Clack. There, open says me. So he picked the cylinder lock open.
Hey.
Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
That's true.
It would have been impossible from the outside. The Mono Cubs took the key. Okay, here it is. But there's only one key, so don't lose it. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. Monodam swiped the key from Monophony, then lifted it to his mouth. Nom. Ah, he ate it! So Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from the outside. But someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased. So the front door was locked from inside the room.
No.
Not necessarily. I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. Art Lab's front door has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock, and the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked. In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery. Locked, huh?
You're right.
Yes, the cylinder's lock's key was taken by the Mono Cubs, so both doors could only be locked from the inside, but only if you rule out Kokichi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and out of the lab, so he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
I remember.
That's true.
That's right.
Also, he prepared at an oddly convenient time when we tried to enter the lab ourselves.
I knew it.
He's clearly suspicious. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Kokichi's lockpicking has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Alright, so I think I've talked to everyone. Let's check the front door. It's unlocked, but I think there are still things to investigate here. Oh, okay. Such as... Pretty sure I spoke to everyone. It's a monitor for communicating with us. There's nothing on the screen, but just seeing it makes me feel sick.
By the way,
It's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock, and the rear door over there has a sliding lock.
that's right.
But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked. In other words, oh yeah, I read this already.
That's true. I knew.
Yeah, what the hell else do I need to check? I've checked all of this. Talked to Gonta. Maybe I should check the body again. Yeah, pool of blood. A small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
Is this?
This blood is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed, maybe more. That fits the 2 a.m. time of death listed in the Monokuma file. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination that might tell us something, let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong?
So what?
It's not that important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Like I'd know.
Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kato, at least. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. I think we finished investigating everything for now.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up.
You're right.
You're right. First we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist lab. We may find a clue related to the katana.
That's true.
That's true. We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong, Maki?
By the way,
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner?
sure.
Well, it's fine, just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. Alright, so let's skedaddle. If you're tuning in, thank you for checking me out, man. Sorry for some of the delays in the beginning. I was trying to multitask and get this stream, you know, healthy for you guys. There's a lot of things that you have to do behind the scenes to make sure that things run smooth, but happy to be here with you guys. Happy to be streaming for you, and hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I really like doing these for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoy watching me. And if you do, let me know. Leave a comment, say hello. Let me know you're watching. Shout out to my people watching me on Twitch. Shout out to my people on YouTube. Let's watch some Danganronpa, baby. So, if I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from right over here. It's just the sheath. Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath.
Okay.
Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here. I'm certain of it.
That's true.
Doesn't that make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab after all.
No.
Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken it.
That's true.
Fair enough. Anyone could have done the same with my lab too. Gold leaf katana has been updated in the truth bullet section of your monopad. Oh, what are you guys doing here? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? You look so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess that is your signature look. Anyway, I forgot to bring something we need for the seance, so I came back to get it. Something for the seance?
Yeah.
Yep, that white sheet over there. We brought the wooden dog statue and the cage already, but I guess we need that sheet too.
What is it?
I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? Hey, don't ask me. I don't know why we need that stuff either.
So
That's why I figured I'd do a little research on this seance before I got the sheet. Study? So, let's see. Kokichi took a look around and I heard it was like some old handmade book. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Yep, it says Cage Dog Village right here on the cover, so this must be it. Let's see, what does it say about the Caged Child Seance? Kokichi flipped through the old book he picked up. Oh, is this the page? It's hard to read, but I can see the Caged Child is mentioned here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyo's drawing. The same magic circle as the one in this picture. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit, medium, and a dark place with no light,
If I remember correctly.
just like Kyo said. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the Caged Dog Village on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curl like a turtle, and rest their forehead on the stone on the ground. Afterward, the 4 participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover it with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage. Also, it says we can't step on the magic circle during the preparations. The dog god? Do you mean the wooden dog statue?
Yeah.
Well, when preparations are complete, turn out all the lights to create complete darkness. The seance will begin when the 4 participants are each standing at a corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the caged child's song. After the song, ask, is the caged child, then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says. That sounds complicated.
But
Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say? Whether it works out or not, Kyo has been wanting to conduct the seance for a while. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of those copies, I have already memorized it. But I never thought I'd be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate.
right?
Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. It's probably why he left the book here, because he can conduct the seance without it. But is it even possible, contacting Angie's ghost? If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Shuichi? Huh? You should see how it plays out with your own eyes.
See?
There's still time, you know. The seance hasn't even started yet.
That's true.
Maybe it's better for you if you join them. You think so?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now you're talking.
All right.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. Of the 3 empty rooms, we're in the middle one. Kokichi spoke as though Kokichi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, then left the room. The caged child has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad.
Hey,
You can deal with the seance. I'll head back to the crime scene to re-examine the clues. Alright, so before we go to the seance, I'm gonna just run to the bathroom real quick and then we can get this party started. Alright. Alright, so where do we gotta go? This middle room. This way? Here it is.
Hello.
So Kokichi tells me you wish to participate in the seance as well, Shiuchi. You are most welcome to join us. Is what I would like to say. However, only 5, including the spiritual medium, may join. Oh man, what a shame. Well, Keyboy, you're out. Why me? I agree with Kokichi. I was thinking this for a while. Robots and seances don't mix. They're like toothpaste and orange juice. To be honest, I had the same thought. Your help was appreciated, Kibo. Don't any of you feel guilty for kicking me out after forcing me to come? That's why we're apologizing. No one's apologized yet. Fine, fine, our bad. Just don't get mad and start shooting electromagnetic... Yo, he's funny. Don't start shooting electromagnetic waves at us. Why would I do that? Stop whining, Kibo. I want to start the seance as soon as possible. Fine, but I won't forget this betrayal, Shiuchi. What did I do? So now Shiuchi has joined us. First, some warnings. Do not enter the magic circle that I've drawn on the floor. It is drawn with purifying salt, so it is easily disturbed when stepped upon. You drew this magic circle with salt?
That's correct.
I always use salt for magic circles. It makes seances more likely to succeed.
Well then.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Okay.
Got it. I'll be careful. I'm surprised you were able to draw this without even looking at the picture.
Do not worry.
I have the entire document memorized, so this magic circle should be perfect. Of course, I also have the Cage Child's song memorized. You must do the same.
Do you understand?
I have copied the words to the song down here. Please commit it to memory. At last, at long last, young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage at mountain's bottom within the darkness. At last, at long last, how many will there be down? Will there be 2 or just 1? Will the guard dog run far away, or did it eat the little girl? At last, at long last. Everyone else has it memorized. After all, you'll be unable to read in the dark. We have to memorize the lyrics now? You're a detective, so I expect your memory to be up to the task. Here is the melody. I listened to Kyo sing the song and did my best to memorize the melody and the lyrics.
Okay.
Alright, I think I've got it now. Your memory is extraordinary. You are indeed the ultimate detective. Well then, let us begin the ritual right away.
How exciting!
Yay, we finally get to see Angie.
So then,
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with the girl. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in. No, I'll do it. Because if you're the spirit medium, you won't be able to talk to Angie. Huh?
That's right.
You want to talk to Angie, right? Then I'll be the spirit medium. That way you could say goodbye to her. And after you finish saying your goodbyes, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
Please.
Please. Tenko.
By the way.
Also, Himiko, let me say this one thing. Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up.
Yes.
Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. I think you've trained too much. You're probably right. Seems like the two of them made up. That's good.
So then,
So now that we've decided on a spiritual medium, let's begin.
Yes.
Alright, Himiko, I'll see you later.
now I would like the spirit medium Tenko to sit within the center circle. Please be sure to walk on the path so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Make sure you watch your steps since it's so dark in here.
Next, you must be as a turtle within that circle. Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
This may be uncomfortable, but please endure it until the seance is complete. Whatever you do, you mustn't raise your head or change positions.
Piece of cake. I have 5-star flexibility.
So then,
Starting now, the rest of us must go to work. There are many things left to be done.
let's see.
First, we must place this iron cage atop Tenko. I shall leave that to Shuichi and Kokichi. And please, keep in mind, walk carefully so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Yeah.
Okay, you can count on me. I may not look like it, but I'm actually super duper strong.
I shouldn't have lied. I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
It's made of iron. No wonder it's heavy.
Hold on! Don't just drop it on top of me!
I know. It wouldn't be very funny if a body discovery announcement happened during this.
Please don't jinx us!
I'm tired. So, next, we cover the basket with a white cloth, right?
I shall take that role. All right. Everything is prepared. Tenko, how are you doing?
Well, I can only see the floor from this position, but I think I'm fine.
The final step is to place the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. The four of us may need to do this together. The statue is quite heavy.
Even with 4 people, it's still really heavy.
Oh, holy crap, this weighs a ton!
No, it is not much more than 175 pounds.
I'm totally wiped.
I could have used my magic to carry it easily, but seances and magic don't mix.
Are you sure it's okay to put something so heavy on top of the cage?
The iron cage was made specifically for seances, so it can hold this weight.
Okay. I guess that's fine then.
Now, let us exit the magic circle. Take care to avoid disturbing it. So then,
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Got it.
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance.
well then,
The rest of us shall move to the corners of the room. Please go to one of your choosing. We each stood in a different corner.
now we darken the room. Kokichi and Shuichi are closest to the candles. Please blow out the candles. You should be able to follow the walls in the dark.
So go back to the corner of the room after it's dark. Okay, got it.
You needn't move, Himiko. There are many gaps in the floor near you.
Yeah, got it.
Once the room is dark, I will begin the song. Please sing along with me. Then, I will call out to Angie. Until she replies, there must be silence.
After the seance is done, Shuichi and I are supposed to light the candles again, right?
Correct. I brought matches from the warehouse, so please use those.
Okie dokie, then I'll blow out the candle now.
I walked up to the closest candle and blew out the flame. The room instantly fell into complete darkness. Pitch black darkness. So dark I couldn't even see my own body. Overcoming my instinctual fear of the dark, I moved along the wall back to my corner. Then began singing.
At long last.
Somebody has a really bad singing voice. Kyo led us all in the Caged Child song.
Young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage. At mountain's bottom, within the darkness, at last, at long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be two or just one? Will the guard dog run far away, or did it eat the little girl? At last, at long last.
We finished singing the song, but I thought I heard an odd sound in the middle of it. What was that?
Say,
Is the Caged Child Angie Onaga? He began calling. Now, if the medium answers,
say,
is the Caged Child Angie Onaga? What's going on?
say.
Is the Caged Child Angie Onaga?
What's the matter?
What's wrong? Why won't Angie answer?
Hold on.
Himiko, I was very clear that you were not to speak, yes? But something's weird. Why won't she answer? Maybe it failed?
Let's see.
Let's light the candles briefly.
Huh?
What? Is that okay? Just for now. Confused, I walked along the wall back to the candle. I managed to strike a match and lit the candle once again. Hey, what's going on? Did it really fail?
That cannot be.
That shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect.
What?
Is Angie not coming? Is that still Tenko in there? Tenko?
I see, yes.
Ah, I told her that she mustn't speak until the spirit enters her. She follows orders well, But how about we let her out for now?
Hold on.
Wait. Dark arts such as this need to be started and completed the same way. Those who remove objects from the magic circle must be the same who brought them in. If not, the spirit may stay in the medium's body. Seeing as how this was a failure, I don't think any spirit is sticking around. But whatever. Just like setting up, Kyo instructed us how to clean everything up. We were careful to remove everything exactly in the order Kyo directed. Now I will remove the sheet. Kyo pinched the fabric gently and pulled it aside. Why do I see blood? Oh? Oh shit. Something is amiss. Fucking Tenko! Don't tell me she just got fucking killed, yo. What the fuck? Himiko ran toward the cage at a sprint. Himiko, I told you not to. Yo, what the fuck? But she wasn't listening. She jumped onto the cage and... Fueled by desperation, Himiko grabbed the cage, lifted it up, and... Two bodies? Are you serious? Two bodies? I thought this was an investigation. But now this is a murder scene and an investigation, yo. What the fuck? That's crazy. Who would have thought there'd be another victim during the investigation? I didn't. Maybe Manofani's green puke was predicting this tragedy. Oh, now it's orange? Oh, the puke's color is normal now. I guess it was predicting this. Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. Wow. Another murder victim. And it had to be my girl Tenko. The second body discovery announcement played. This is crazy. It didn't take long for everyone to come running.
What?
Tenko, seriously? What is this? How did this happen?
How this happened?
Tenko, Gonta so sorry. Gonta no could protect you. Shuichi, explain the situation. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened?
Well, that's...
I don't know what's happening.
What on earth?
I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now you should maybe start the investigation right away.
Say,
Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko, yes? Huh?
if so...
What happens in the event that there are two murders by two people? What if there are two blackened? Will we need to find them both at the class trial?
That's right.
Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario? Huh? What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen? Why do you look lost too, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy. I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know. Oh man, they're all disorganized. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we won't know what to investigate. Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help. Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us. Ugh, it's all our fault that Daddy ended up like that. Huh? It's all your fault, Monofani. Daddy, help. We don't know what to do on our own. We gotta use the power of love. That ought to snap him back to normal. That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now.
That's right.
That's not true. Anything is possible with the power of love. You don't understand. That's because you've never been loved before, Monodam. Daddy, I love you so. Please go back to normal. I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart. Aw, you're making me blush. I'm back. Were you good while I was away? Thank you so much, my oh.
With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my vacation. Oh, that tickles. Father's intense love is...
If you notice, Monofani always licks him back. Look at it. Look at her tongue. Why is that, yo? What is that about? Like, none of them lick him back. And why is he licking the other doll? Yeah, like, that's just weird. Did you just say, Daddy, your tongue feels amazing? Man, that vacation was just what I needed. It's important to take time off to relax. Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it. The secret is to just leave whether you get permission or not. Huh? Wait, so then, who's this Baldy then? Oh, just a part-timer I got to cover me while I was gone. Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here. Huh? I thought you were supposed to be relaxed. Now, that nuisance is out of the way. What were you guys talking about again? Oh, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served. First come, first served. The blackened who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target. In other words, if the blackened who killed Angie isn't the same one who killed Tenko, then only Angie's killer would be considered the blackened. Basically, Tenko's killer was a wasted kill, and Tenko herself is a waste of a victim. Oh, I'll add this to the school regulations so you can review it later. I also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder too. Wow, so basically, that's a loophole in the system. If you want to get away with murdering someone, you have to murder someone after someone has already been murdered, because technically by this rule, the first person who murders someone is the blackened. Fucking crazy. Boy, everything is going so smoothly now that Father's running things again. Leaders gotta be able to take decisive action. Indecision is just the worst. Daddy, you're glowing. You're glowing like a lamp. There's nothing better than being praised by my cute cubs. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as you live, I will never let any of you go. He just left us behind while he was saying he'd never let us go. That's why he's just so amazing. Please lick me some more, Daddy. Very odd. Monodam is tight. He's probably gonna die next. So to make sense of all that,
Listen closely.
if both murders have different culprits, then our vote will determine Angie's killer.
No.
But we don't even know if there is a different culprit, do we?
Let's see.
True. We should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
How exciting!
Finally, things are heating up. I'm getting so excited.
Piece of shit!
You fucking psycho?
Shuichi!
Shuichi, this is bad. Hmm? This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed. Everyone's upset and confused, and I'm in no shape to help right now.
But you know,
So this is where you need to step up.
listen up.
Listen, Shuichi. The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, then let's check the Monokuma file first. The victim is Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. The time of death is approximately 11 a.m. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck. A stab wound on her neck, the same as Angie's cause of death. Doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse. Curse? God, not again. Curse? I love that face.
Hey!
What? Curse? Kaito, calm down. No way there's a curse. Don't screw around.
You're the one who's screwing around. Do you want to die?
Do you want to die? Do you want to die? Huh? Do ya? Do you want to die? A dull sound reverberated through the room. Reverberated? What the hell?
Are you okay?
Kato, are you okay?
My bad.
My bad, Shuichi. I'm starting to feel bad, but for a different reason. I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Maki roll. Did she just punch him in the mouth? Kato left the room, still a bit wobbly. Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
That's correct.
True. We haven't time to mourn Tenko's death as our own lives are at risk. That's true, but Angie and then Tenko. And to think earlier I was suspicious of Tenko. I'm sorry, Tenko.
How can this be?
It's all Gonta's fault. Gonta failed to protect friends again. Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone is panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder. Because I'm a detective. It's too dark in here. We can't even investigate if we wanted to.
Got it.
Going to bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No.
No, that won't be necessary. Yeah, that's not necessary at all. Huh? Why? Show him, Kibo. Show him your new power. New power?
His eyes lit up. I, Iruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something.
It's okay.
But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate.
Okay,
Yeah, you're right.
Hey!
Himiko. Hey, Himiko. Be strong, Himiko. Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break.
What?
But she not talking. It's like Himiko not even here. She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Oh, okay. Himiko. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please, rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Ah, wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
No.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. What do you mean? You were concerned about that, right? With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense.
Right away.
The real question is, was she killed with? What was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. It's the same thing I'm thinking, like how did she just get like stabbed? I see that wooden panels move though. You're right, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Tenko's last moments has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. There was also like a loud noise too. Ah, this floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko.
Why?
Why is this floorboard loose? It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance? A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. This is the cage used in the seance.
Is this?
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage. Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first. Hey, look at this.
Is this?
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. This splatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this bloodstain, right? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. Iron cage has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. It's the white sheet we use for the seance. This was placed on top of the iron cage. Kyo was the one who removed it. This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque, and on the back, look, there's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet. But no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. White sheet has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy. Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls. What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? Damn. What? I'm kidding anyway. Damn, it was like that came out of nowhere. If this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily. Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Didn't sound like that either. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in this room, so without candles it was pitch black. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this? Sniffle. I'm sorry, Tenko. Cry later. Huh? Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too. I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit for Tenko and all of us. You're right. Tenko wouldn't want us to figure it out, so she'd have no regrets. Tenko would want us to figure it out, so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a... Oh, wait, I read that. This investigation is over and shut. And it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, cunt foos. Killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place. No, not necessarily. Huh? Seriously? This seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be?
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance? There's no other possibility, shit for brains. God, you don't even know that? It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point, she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark. I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed? After the candles were blown out. That may be an important point of this case.
Leave it to me.
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
Of course I am shocked about that as well, but why did the seance fail? We performed all of the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder. Oh, if we perform the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time. Cut the crap, just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see.
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed. Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles. Finally, we all sang the caged child's song. The seance should have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Koichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem. And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out. Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here? Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki was never one to pull her punches. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still. A hole. Looks like there's a space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there? After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
Okay.
Right, let's do it. Hole in the corner. First Angie, then Tenko. Gonta so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends? It's the magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable. Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous. Ridiculous? I've performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my body. Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually. In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
Well, we'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
by the way,
Seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll go get a candle, remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Okay, got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place. Yeah. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
hey,
Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too. You're right. There's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
what do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
That's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Dried blood under the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is
This came from my research lab. It did? A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
that's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were able to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture is the question. Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
That's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Sickle under the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Ah, look, part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width too. And from what I can see of it, it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut off by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is why? Another cross piece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing. So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the cross piece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? Cross piece under the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away. It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here. If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in there. Then they could have used a light like we're doing right now. True. They used the light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? I think we finished investigating here.
Is that all right?
Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise? What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the Blacken we need to vote for is the culprit for the first murder. The culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said. So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's? Yes, of course. But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Get the fuck out of here!
it's a lie.
Motherfucker. This motherfucker. This little motherfucker. Hell yeah, you surprised me. I did scream. I screamed like a little bitch. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood. Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through the floorboard? Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck. The crosspiece was gone. Does that mean... Huh?
with your own 2 eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games. They're all nothing compared to the killing game. The killing game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
I guess time's up. Aw, man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something. What were you trying to check? I wanted to research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew his magic circle the same exact way in this picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trial, so see you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Let's go too.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes. What are you staring at? Do you want to die? She loves saying that. You want to die? Alright guys, so this concludes today's stream for the daytime. Come back tonight at around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time if you would like to see the class trial for Chapter 3. I'm going to be playing it on my channel as always. I always save it twice because I'm paranoid. You never know. Alrighty, good to go. But thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, guys. Thank you guys for checking my channel out. I really like that, you know, you guys are so supportive and you interact throughout the, you know, streams, and you chat with me. I really appreciate that, guys. So keep doing that, and I will be back on again, like I said, at 8:30 p.m. to do the trial for Chapter 3. So if you're interested in seeing that live, then come check me out at 8:30 p.m. But it will always be on my channel after the stream, so if you miss it, you could always catch it later. Anyway, this is AstroMonk86, and I will be signing out. Peace.